Here at Country Crossroads Counseling, we know that traditional therapy can be very important and super impactful.
That's right. We also know that therapy isn't for everybody. So, in this episode, you can learn all sorts of different alternative ways to feel better and be the best version of yourself for not only you, but for your loved ones.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Why You Worried About It. I'm Lindsay Bush. I'm the HR director with Country Crossroads Counseling.
And hi, everybody. I'm Susie Arbo, a licensed professional counselor. We are on this journey to a better you, and we're so excited. We've had some really great episodes, some really great feedback, and we feel like we're right on this road with you guys to personal development and professional development, and that's kind of what we're all about.
Yep, we look forward to it every week. And I know I can't believe we've already been at it for over a year now. Like it's so exciting. And we keep just getting more feedback of what people like, what they don't like, what they want to hear more of. We're super excited for 2026. I know I am. We love the start of a new year. Just it's like a fresh new, I don't know, like give you life again. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, of course, but I know we both are big planners and big visionaries. So I know 2026 is going to be a good year. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, the year of the horse, which is forward motion and having energy and spirit and it's so fun. So we're jacked for this year, and we hope that you guys are too. And today we work with Country Crossroads Counseling. That's been our passion is getting the word out about mental health to the masses, and that is what we do. We do it through therapy. And we do like traditional therapy, where it's talk therapy, where you come to the office and for so many people, it is so helpful. We also do special types of therapy like EMDR therapy, which is it processes trauma, but now we use it really for anything. We have, Amber who's practicing somatic therapy. We have therapists that do play therapy. I mean, we've got all different types of stuff. So that's kind of our passion and our jam. But Lindsay, we do a lot of events, don't we, to try to
Yeah.
normalize talk about mental
Yes.
health.
And I'm a big, I push therapy. I think it's great. I think we all need it. And it's funny because everybody jokes, like everybody always thinks everybody else needs it, right? Like, oh, I know some
Yeah.
people need it, but it's never us. But I just think it's so important to look at yourself and where you're at. It could be for a season of your life that you might need it. It could be for just a moment in time or an episode, maybe a traumatic event or something. And then you don't feel like just because you need therapy doesn't mean like you're broken. If that's the case, we all are because we all need it. Like if you think about it and kind of looking at it and going back to like finding your vibe, find your five. Are those the people that are making you positive? Are they impacting you in a good way? Or your five people the ones that are constantly like, oh yeah, it's terrible, and looking at it like that? But there's so many other ways to get help, and like doing some of our events, our
Mhm.
Thrive and things like that. I absolutely love those events because it's a way for people. It kind of normalizes it and doesn't make it feel as I don't want to say as personal because it's definitely very personal, but it's not as feeling like you have to share all those deepest, darkest secrets or do something. But it's ways to learn some of those coping skills and some of those things that you can take home and do in your own time in a more I don't know, kind of comfortable. I don't want to say comfortable because some counseling is very comfortable, but it's more of a relaxed setting, right? Like when you have friends with you or you bring somebody, it's not quite as scary. And I absolutely love our events. And I know we have had tons of really good feedback from those events, and I just encourage people to get out there and like check them out, find not necessarily just with us, but out there's other forms. And I think that's what you were going to talk about today, right, Susie, about like all the other options and ways to get help without having
Yeah.
to like sit in that chair if it makes you uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Uh, Lindsay, can you, if somebody has never been to our Thrive or they don't know what that is, can you explain to people kind of what it
For
is, the
sure.
atmosphere,
Yeah.
how it works?
It's so fun. So a lot of times like with ours, we like to move around and go to a lot of different places, a lot of different areas. So but essentially it's just you kind of sign up and you can pay the day you come. It's very minimal. We always want to make sure it's affordable for people. We're not out here trying to do this big get rich scheme. We just really want to bring mental health to the masses, and we want to improve ourselves and all of our staff and get to know people and just get out there and start talking and networking with people, to see what we can do to help make lives better. But essentially, you just find one of our events, and you can always RSVP if you wanted to come, and then you come, and the events are really cool. We always have beverages. We know that some people need to take a little edge off, but we also have non-alcoholic, all sorts of things. We want to make sure everybody is comfortable. We want people to come and be able to have a really good self-care night, and just experience a lot of different things. There's always different topics, and we're never going to force you to sit in on something that doesn't relate to you. If you maybe don't have little ones and you don't want to sit through a parenting course, like that makes sense. So we always have lots of different things to offer that you can pick, like if you want to do this over that or something, and you get to sit in and get to hear different presenters. It's not like you sit and listen to the same person, which is, sometimes can be great, but I love getting the different personalities and just different looking through different lenses and getting those things. But it's really cool to come. You usually always sit through at least 4 different sessions of just kind of getting feedback and tips. And then obviously we let you talk if you want to, but you don't have to. Like, you can come and lay low and just take that stuff home. And I love it. I love seeing, we've had a lot of couples come, which I think is really cool. And
A
then a
date
lot of
night.
people love to, yeah, it's a fun little date night. And how healthy is that? Like, I just think that's so cool. And then I love all the girls' nights. I love seeing the groups of girls that'll come in and they're like, we're here for self-care, and I just think it's amazing. So if you haven't checked out any of those kind of events we have, I definitely encourage it, because we have a lot of fun with them. If you're ever interested in checking out any of our Thrive or some of our events, definitely check us out and follow us on Facebook, because that is where we always put all of those events out there. We love to get those RSVPs. It's a great place for you to give us feedback, comments, all of those kind of things. So definitely follow us on Facebook if you're not, so you can follow along for all of our events to come.
We do. And they could cover anything. Those breakout sessions are like 20 minutes long, each of them. And they could cover anything from time management to self-care to positive thinking, love languages, anxiety.
Communication.
I mean, yeah, there's something for everybody, and you get to choose which ones you go to. So if
Mhm.
you ever want to attend one of those in the future, they're called Thrive. And we've actually had, it's been fun because other communities now have requested us to come to their community and do one. And so it's kind of fun. But, you kind of led on to the fact of not, traditional therapy isn't for everybody.
Mhm.
And so we did want to talk about if maybe you had a bad experience with a therapist, and years ago we've had people that have been kind of traumatized. And if that happened to you, I'm so sorry. Not every person is the right fit for you. And so we just encourage you to try to find somebody different. But if that's not what you want to do, then you know what, you guys, there are so many other things you can do. And we're going to kind of highlight just a couple minutes of alternative types of therapy. So one of them is something really easy, and we all kind of do it already, but it is watching videos. Like, as far as like, you can watch YouTube videos. You can watch, reels. You can focus on, if you want to do mental health, depression, anxiety. You can kind of, put your search into those kind of things, and then hear people talk about maybe their experience or some different coping skills and tools. So videos are a great way, and you can just do them obviously at home. Or on your phone, or wherever you are. Those are a wealth of information. I mean, YouTube is wild, the things that you can get. You are on YouTube right now, right?
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
kind of fun. So, and then another way that you can get help is through podcasts.
Mhm.
So me and Lindsay have had the vision for years to do this podcast and to say, what can we do that would be something little that would be um, a positive impact, something good and healthy for people to listen to, things that we might be struggling and going through, because we all have our stuff. And how could we get that out there for people and have a resource? Because a lot of times when we leave an event, if we're speaking at a conference or we're speaking somewhere, we're out in the communities, people are always like, well, how do we get more of this? So me and Lindsay are like, we could offer this, and stuff.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of one of the things. So and not only this podcast, but there are so many good ones out there. Like, we love Rob Dial. He's got one of the
Hmm.
top mindset mentor podcasts out there. I listen to him weekly. Whether you're needing like a kind of a positive non-clinical kind of thing, like there's those type, and then they get real clinical. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want some significant coping skills for maybe bipolar disorder, or maybe you're going through a divorce and now you're a single parent. I mean, there are podcasts for everybody.
Hmm. Yeah, and I really love that you said that. And I want to also tell people, be careful when you are searching them. And this is just a little caveat here, of like the AI out there and stuff. Like, Absolutely, AI and ChatGPT is out there to help us with like those kind of minimal things, if you need help rewriting something, but really be careful about the depth that you can get with them. They are not real people, they are not real humans. They are going to feed you what you're feeding it. So I've heard terrible stories about people that kind of lean on it to kind of talk you through things. And it is innocent as it can seem at first, or if it is kind of giving you some good feedback, that's great. But I really, really encourage you to really look into who you're listening to. What are they doing? What's the true meaning behind it? AI doesn't they don't know you and what's really going on. So just be careful if you're ever looking at that. Definitely, I would say to look into the podcasts and the presenters and really get that emotional connection, because even though AI feels like it is definitely not. And sometimes you are feeding it what it wants, and then it's going to tell you what it thinks you want, and that's not always healthy
Mhm.
or natural. And I know Susie and I think we've talked about it a little bit before, just personally about how scary it can be, and it can kind of encourage some not so healthy things, even though it kind of seems like it is. So just be careful when you do that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We love ChatGPT for, for lots of things. It has so many, I mean, it's been a life changer for so many, but yeah,
Mhm.
don't, it's not a therapist.
It is
So,
not.
and it's not an alternative part
No.
of therapy. Okay, so there are also apps you can get on your phone. Like there's like the Calm app, and there's lots of free apps now that you can do that have mindfulness things that even walk you through a little 5 to 10 minute exercise each day. Look up those. There's some that are free and some that cost money. But I mean, these apps, there's even, suicide prevention apps now, and lots of different things that you can just access through the touch of your phone, which is absolutely phenomenal. Another type of just help out there is maybe your brain has a chemical imbalance, of dopamine, serotonin, that kind of thing, and you might need to talk to your doctor about getting on a medication that can help you level those out and feel better. And we talk about neurotransmitters in our brain, and our brains are it's one of the coolest organs in our body. And there are things that are very safe that you can take for a lifetime that will
Mhm.
change the quality of your life. And I always tell people, if you've been doing the therapy and you've been trying everything and you are still in a dark spot or really anxious or just not in a good spot, medication is so amazing. And the research shows us that the combination of medication and therapy together it just gives people a different quality of life, a better quality of life. So talk to your
Yeah.
doctor. If you don't have a primary care doctor, there are doctors everywhere that are taking new patients, and you can even do them now online. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like there's different groups that just offer online, and of course sometimes you have to do blood work and whatnot through a local lab, but for the most part you don't even have to leave your own home and you can talk to somebody. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I am not afraid to share with the world. I am a proud patient. We all know, I know when I don't take my medicine, I am prone to anxiety and depression. Like it's just who I am. I don't know why. I feel like I'm always positive and that I love those things, but it just happens. And I've been on different forms for a long time. And let me tell you, it makes a big difference. Like I can totally tell. And I get teary eyed or I get super upset about some things. And I'm like, this isn't normal. And it's like, oh, I haven't taken my medicine for a few days or something. So just don't be ashamed of it. And I'm not saying you need to go on a podcast and tell the world you're taking medication. That's okay too. But just kind of just breaking the stigma of it. It's okay. It is absolutely okay. I would rather be medicated and happy and healthy than unmedicated because of a stigma that goes around it
Mhm.
and then out of control and not making good decisions and feeling like I'm spiraling. That's not a fun feeling for me. So I'm a proud patient. I wish I could wear a shirt all the time that just says medicated and and proud. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And any other organ in our body we take care of. You know what I mean? If you broke
Yep.
your arm, you'd go to the doctor and the doctor would treat it, and you'd do what you need to do. If you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, like there are things, and our brain is no difference, and it
Hmm.
it can rapidly change the quality of our life. So yeah, we're big advocates for that for sure. Another type of ways that you can feel better is through something like a workbook, right? Like you can get on Amazon today and you can have a workbook about depression, anxiety, breakups, chronic pain, whatever might be you might be going through, you can order a, work through it type of situation. And we in our therapy business too, we have tons of workbooks that we will use with couples, families, I mean teenagers, eating disorders, and it is so helpful. And you can get activities, and it gets you stretched, it gets you thinking. And Lindsay, you kind of know, I've been super excited. I've spent a year, over a year of my life, working on a workbook, that, I've been in the therapy business since 2005 is when I graduated from grad school. And a lot has changed in the mental health world in these years. Before it was kind of a hush hush, and we're still kind of there, but we're really opening, I mean, years ago, insurance would not cover therapy sessions. I mean, like we've seen some huge strides in the therapy world, but some of the things that I've learned along the way, and if you guys know anything about me, I am a lifelong learner. I'm constantly reading, doing books, listening to things, growing every month. I'm just, what can I learn that's new about our brain, about anything? I love to learn. And so all of the things that I've learned that has helped me through life and my clients through life, I have put all together in this amazing workbook called A Journey to a Better You. And if you
It's
listen
so
to,
good.
if you listen to our podcast, that's why we're on this journey. We are on
Hmm.
this journey right along with you. And when we know that we have support, and we know that we've got other people that are in this growth type of mindset, that we can all help each other be better.
Hmm.
And if you just do it on your own, good for you, that's great. But when you have the power of support, it can make
Yeah.
all the difference in the world. So this workbook is super easy. It's super user friendly, and I'm so excited. I'm so passionate about. I've done it several times, and every time I do it, I'm like, oh wow, like this is, even though I wrote it, I'm like, this is so cool because I needed to hear this at this point in my life, and I
Hmm.
connect with different parts of it. And I know I'm really proud to say Lindsay actually was a huge part of this because
Oh,
she
yes.
went through and she did a lot of the graphics and the fun pieces that make it really, I feel like, personable. And it's user friendly, it's easy. My husband was a big part of the editing piece of it, and his parents or his family was in the education world, so of course he always says my mother was an English teacher, or whatnot. So he kind of jokes about that he's kind of like that. But it talks, Lindsay, about goal setting,
Hmm.
right? Which we're
Oh,
big
yeah.
believers in. We talk about overcoming setbacks and resiliency. And we know these gifts, right, are going to happen in life,
Hmm.
these hard, challenging, stressful things, but there are things that you can do to move through them in a healthy, good way.
Hmm.
We talk about in the workbook relationships. We talk about money and finances, time management, self-care, burnout. And you can do it. It's short. It's not like it's going to take you 4 years to do it. Like
No.
I did it one time. I did it on a trip to Minnesota and back. Literally, Merle was
Yeah.
driving, and I did it, and it was so helpful. And I'm like, holy smokes, I needed that again.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love it so much. And I encourage you, if you have a best friend or something, how fun would that be to like go on that little journey together, like a best friend or maybe a kiddo or whatever. And I just find whenever you do things and you have somebody that's going to not necessarily keep you accountable, but kind of, it's exciting, it's fun. So I totally encourage people to do it and maybe gift it to someone that might want to do it and do it with them. They might not take it as much of a like, hey, you need help if you're like, hey, let's do this together. But
Right.
as yeah, I just think it's so much fun, and I agree with you. Every time I look at it or open it, and it's almost like it speaks to you. It's like you didn't know you needed to hear it, and then it's exactly what you need that day. So yeah, no, it's amazing, guys. You guys have to check it out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Contact us if you're interested in getting a copy. We'd love to share it with you. So we've already I did kind of I gave some of the people in our company one just to kind of, okay, let's get started. Let's kind of try or whatever. And
Hmm.
I've got overwhelming amounts of feedback. Just
Good.
Susie, we love this, and they'll send pictures of them doing it. And
I
it's
love
fun.
it.
I released it to my family too, and they've loved it, and it's just been so fun. So we're excited to get it now out to others. So
Yes.
yeah, and like we said, there are so many other ways to get help. Obviously, traditional therapy is amazing. If it's not for you, or if you're in therapy and you want to take it to the next level, all these other steps, whether it's
Hmm.
apps, medication, whether it is videos, podcasts, workbooks, reading, you know what I mean? Like there are so many things that you can do. So we just encourage you to find what works for you. And we're here for you every step of the way. We want to hear about it. I think, Lindsay, we're going to do a live fun
Yes, I'm
kind
so
of Facebook
excited.
Q&A coming up here in January. So we're excited about
Yep.
that, where there'll be some therapists available. We're going to ask some questions in advance, like what would you want to hear from a therapist?
Mhm.
And so be watching for that too. So got lots of
Yeah,
things.
we're very excited. And like I said, 2026 is going to be our year. We're going to explode here. And we love hearing feedback from you guys. So please, if there's anybody that wants to be on the show, we love having our guests. Please reach out to us. Let us know. And if there's topics you want to hear about, again, with the live, we're going to put that out there. And we would love to have feedback. What do you guys want to talk to us about and chat about? But don't be afraid to reach out. You can find us on Facebook. It's Country Crossroads Counseling. And then our website is countrycrossroadscounseling.com.
Yes, and the biggest thank you can do for us is a like and a share, and just anybody that needs to hear it at this time. Like I will always, if there's a good episode that I know somebody's going through it, I'll
Yeah.
go back and I'll copy it and then I'll send it to them like, thank you, Susie, that's just what I needed to hear, you know. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest thank you can do for us is just keep sharing the word about mental health and about bettering ourselves. So thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
And
We love
thank you
you. We're
for
on this journey with
listening.
you.